Namaste, everyone. It's been a while since I've been here on YouTube. I have been on a Catholic pilgrimage, and when I got back, was required to finish a lot of writing channeling projects for the Ascended Masters. But I'm happy to say they put me back in front of the YouTube camera today, where they have asked me to open up and share with you some of my experiences on this Catholic pilgrimage. Beginning with how it even started. Jesus and Mary appeared in front of me and said, "We wish for you to go on a Catholic pilgrimage to be our eyewitness." They then explained that they wanted me to go with the intention of bringing back to you everything that they were going to show me and have me experience. I'm happy to say that the almost 3-week journey was fascinating because they did show me a lot of things that I'm excited to share with you. I'm going to start with Lourdes. That was the first location they had me go to. But let me back up here a little bit. When me and my daughter Ava, who some of you know, who's my primary assistant, arrived in Paris. The second night we were there, I started being told by God and Jesus that I needed a fast. They make me fast a lot. I don't like it at all, especially since they require me to fast a lot. I was super excited to be able to have the cappuccino, to have the French bread, to have the chocolate. They only let me have it for like 2 nights before they banned me. I was confused. I didn't understand why. I'll get to that later. The day we got to Lourdes, when we got to our hotel and I was beginning to fall asleep, I felt the presence of a being from heaven standing on the right side of me. When they're from heaven, they always fill me with these huge vibrational waves of energy that just circulate through my body and around my body. It's always really blissful. When any of the guides, the angels, or the saints visit me, it's always this really euphoric experience because their vibrations are so extremely elevated. I heard in a very soft female voice her announce herself. She said, "Saint Bernadette," and that's all she said. I was then put to sleep. In the middle of the night, I was woken up with the visitation from Mother Mary, who asked me again to reveal for her everything that they were going to allow me to see and experience. Mother Mary then put me back to sleep. The next morning, when Ava and I arrived at Lourdes, as we were walking into the sanctuary, which is extremely beautiful, it's also very peaceful, and I can feel the energy in this space is extremely elevated. And like what Mary and Jesus taught me last year when they had me go to Lourdes, the reason I felt the vibration at such a high level is because of their presence, as well as also all of the people that go to this site and pray. I can tell you, if you're sensitive, you will feel it, and it feels amazing. As we're walking through the front courtyard of her holy site of Lourdes, I was immediately taken back when all of a sudden I felt the vibrations again of a being from heaven fill the whole right side of my body, and I felt a hand hold my hand. As the person held my hand, they opened up my third eye and my physical eyes, and I saw a young woman with dark hair wearing a tan headscarf and a tan and black dress, and she looked like a nun. She immediately announced herself Saint Bernadette. I was so stunned I didn't know what to do. I was told to just keep walking. I was actually walking in the direction of Mary's grotto. Saint Bernadette held my hand. She then put a hand on my chest and on my back and said that she was gifting me a healing and a blessing for sharing what I was being allowed to see, which was her, and to validate for her and for Mary the true story that Saint Bernadette really did help facilitate this holy shrine by our Blessed Mother Mary when Mary called upon her. What we want you to know is that this story is true, in fact. Mother Mary did call upon this chosen one, Saint Bernadette. Saint Bernadette did use her courage and her bravery as an adolescent and stood by Mother Mary with honesty and conviction, with all of the visitations and the apparitions and the messages that Mother Mary gave to her. And it is only because of Saint Bernadette's commitment and bravery to Mother Mary and to God and to Jesus that this holy shrine ever came to be. The reason I was being given a blessing by her was revealed to me later was because I stood up for Lourdes when I was there last year and shared what I witnessed then. They told me that this pleased all of them. It was super cool, obviously, to be able to see her and hear her and get a long message from her. When she was finished, she let go of my hand and I saw her float and drift back behind me. It wasn't long, maybe 10-15 seconds, right before I was to enter the actual grotto part of Mary's shrine in Lourdes, which is where all the water cascades down the rocks, right at the very front entrance before I was to go and enter the grotto part. All of a sudden, Mother Mary appeared. She appeared first in front of me. She was wearing all white, a white gown, a white veil, a white cape, and she was holding a white rosary. She appeared massively large. I got to see her with my physical eyes in full color and full apparition form. Her dark hair was pulled back in a low bun. As I stared at her mesmerized, she then quickly floated to the left side of my body as I entered, exact time, her grotto. When I did, she put her hands on my body, first on my chest and then on my back. And she said that she was gifting me a blessing for being her advocate again and eyewitness, to speak up and share with you what they were allowing me to see, to help validate the truth that not only is Mother Mary's Lourdes shrine true and valid, but that she truly does surround this holy shrine with the hopes of blessing the faithful with her gifts, her rewards, her healings, and even her miracles. As she has told me in the past many times, she wants nothing more than to be the loving mother that she is and help all of her children here on earth and gift them any and all privileges that she is allowed to gift them. But one of the conditions that God has for Mary and that Mary has for herself as well is that people must show her respect and devotion. She was giving me this special blessing, not just because of my devotion to her as her principal oracle, but she said she was giving it to me for having the courage and the bravery to speak up and validate her existence and her presence at her holy shrines and in our world. She floated by my side for what felt like a long time, but in reality, it probably was about a minute, maybe 2. Then I felt her hands leave my body, and I continued to walk through her grotto. It was amazing to feel the gift of her blessing when she touched my body. I felt elevated. The vibrations in my body started circulating and running at a higher level. It feels, there is really no other word. It's not even serenity. The words I would use are always blissful and euphoric whenever I'm close to Mary or Jesus or Kuan Yin or Buddha or God. I was allowed to continue to hold and feel that vibration and that love while I made my way through the grotto. After you make your way through the grotto, visitors, pilgrims, have the opportunity to sit in benches that are placed directly in front of her grotto that faces a large statue of Mother Mary tucked inside her grotto, which is very well known, that you can find online. You face Mother Mary while you pray the rosary in these benches. While you pray her prayer, the rosary, you also typically hold on to an intention in your head and in your heart that you came there with, of what you're hoping to receive a healing, a blessing, or a miracle for. I happen to suffer from migraine headaches. Since 11 years old, they're miserable. So obviously, one of the things on my list was to get relief from chronic migraines and headaches. As I was sitting on the bench praying the rosary, I looked up at Mother Mary's statue. I first saw Mother Mary floating above her statue inside the grotto, again at a massive, massive level. She looked beyond what you could imagine with how big she presented herself. I saw her gazing down and looking at everybody who was pleasing her by praying her rosary to her. Then all of a sudden, I saw a huge rainbow in a vortex form right in the middle of Mother Mary's statue. And I saw the vortex of rainbow lights, which I already knew was God. That's one of his primary ways he will show himself to me, which is a massive, vibrating, radiating globe of rainbow lights in a huge round vortex extend out of Mary and travel out to in front and above all of the attendees praying. As I saw this form in front of my physical eyes, God announced himself and said, "God's presence, tell them." As I was watching all of this while still trying to concentrate on praying the rosary, God suddenly shifted his form from the massive vortex of rainbow lights into what I've also seen numerous times when he has come to me with messages. He shifted his image into that of the hand of God. The rainbow shifted, and all of a sudden I saw a completely perfect man's hand made out of pure, bright white light. It was massive. When he appears like this to me, he'll always say, "The hand of God." I then saw the hand of God floating directly in front of and above everybody praying. As I'm completely mesmerized, because I never know what I'm going to see, hear, or experience, and obviously my eyes are glued on every single vision until it's either gone or the next one comes. I'm gazing at the hand of God, mesmerized, and all of a sudden, the hand of God moved from the center of the grotto and floated directly in front of my head, and all of a sudden he placed his thumb and middle finger on the temples of my head. Hey everybody, since this video went a little bit long since Heaven had so much to show me at Lourdes, part 2 is coming up. So if you're still interested in hearing about my experience at Lourdes, then stay tuned for part 2. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to be notified about the next video. Until next time, namaste and be well.